guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Living Alone in Finland, What Life is Like in minus 32 degrees Celsius. I believe maybe in Fahrenheit it's around minus 20, I want to say. It's cold. That's spoiler alert, it's cold. It's really cold and you're alone. I think that sounds like a nightmare situation, but we'll see. So let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe. Was it a sweater covered in snow? I think it's so minus whatever, no matter what scarf you put on or what hat you put on, you're gonna be cold either way if you go outside. Is this during the winter or during spring or summer? Hopefully this is during the winter, because I don't know how you can handle living like this every single day of your life throughout the whole year. It's beautiful though. Having said that, I think it would be very nice to spend, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I think, as a vacation, I think this place looks gorgeous. Look, there's nothing there. It's just nothingness. Where are the neighbors? Where is everyone else? Yeah, oh, I thought it was a car. Okay, that's your I don't know, this is gorgeous. I wonder if this is sunset or sunrise. Is this the midnight sun? Is the midnight sun the one that you don't get the sun? That's the no, it's a polar night, right? No, I'm confusing them. It's a polar night. Wonder if that's a polar night or this is not. This is normal. Oh my god, it's so covered in snow. I love it. It's gorgeous. I want to put some Christmas lights on the trees. Oh my god, you have to shovel the snow. Yeah, I forgot about the maintenance part of, owning a house and living in a house. There's so much snow here. Yeah, you have to, otherwise you can't, there's no path. I can't see, well, I'm wondering if maybe there's no sort of cobblestones here because it looks like a very rural place. But otherwise, again, you just have to make your own way with the shovel. Otherwise, I'm just walking in the snow. Which you will, of course, but I mean, you need to have a road or some sort of semblance of a road. Otherwise, it's gonna be a disaster. Is that if that's the house, none of those are neighbors, or is that where this person actually lives? But it's beautiful. Oh, the flickering light. Oh, I love this. Oh, those are birds. For one second I thought they were rats or squirrels. I was, what on earth is that? You have so many things to do. This is about, I think winter, when winter is around, you feel, oh, it's so beautiful to look at, but it's not really, I think it's not really that nice to be, to live in a place like this, because there's so much to do all the time. Okay, what is happening now? I'm a little, what? I don't understand what's happening. Is she washing them? I mean, you need detergent, so no, that can't be it, right? But she's scrubbing the clothes. I'm so very confused by this. I mean, I want to say maybe she's washing them, but again, you need some sort of laundry detergent to actually wash and clean the clothes. So maybe this is, I don't know, you want to air them out, maybe? It's so funny how it wouldn't have occurred to me to do this, because if I had to wash, I don't know why she can't use, he, I don't know, but why they can't use a laundry machine. However, if I were in this sort of, oh, you know, I don't have a laundry machine, a washing machine, I don't know. I would boil the water probably. I think I would boil it, and then no. But what would I boil it though? No, I would boil the snow. Yeah, I would boil the snow, make water, and then I would wash my clothes with said water if I didn't have a washing machine. I think that's what I would do. I'm so very confused about that situation though. I am really. Please explain to me what was that. I love how pink this is. This is a sunset, right? It's gorgeous. Oh my god. I love it because it looks so visually, it looks so pretty. I imagine looking at, you know, living in a place like this and looking around, this is what you see. I mean, come on. Where are they getting the carrots and the food? Well, obviously at a supermarket or a grocery store. How far away is the store from this place? What is that? Onions? Potatoes? Garlic? I'm trying to figure out what that is. It's either onion or garlic. Oh, what is that? I want the recipe. This is some sort of stew. It's starting to look good. I want the recipe. What is this? And of course, when it's so cold, you just want soup because it's very cold. Oh, to make it a thick soup. It looks so simple. It only has carrots and I think garlic. Okay, some sort of paste. I have no idea what that is. Looks like peanut butter, but I doubt that they're using peanut butter on this. Okay, it honestly looks like peanut butter. Am I crazy? Vinegar? What is this? Rice vinegar? Pepper? I don't know if it's nutmeg or pepper. Another vegetable. Oh, beans. I think those are lentils, maybe? This looks good. It looks sturdy, and you know, a sturdy kind of stew, which I think in this weather, that's literally what you need. Oh, okay. She's using an immersion blender. Oh. Okay, yeah, so it's sort of, yeah, it's a thick soup. Very creamy though. Looks good. Looks very nice. I want to have one. I want to have this. I literally want the recipe. Was that peanut butter? I'm so curious. Because peanut butter and lentils? I mean, well, yeah, sure, why not? This looks good. I want to have some. It's so nice with the candles, and obviously the cold. Again, cold if you're inside, I don't think it's that bad. It's bad when you have to go outside. Minus 32. Ah. It's just a lot. It's just very cold. Are those actually? Oh, those are lights. The ones resembling candles, but they're not actual candles. Oh my god! Yeah, you have to dress. How many layers do you have to put on? You have the warmers, the leggings that are warmers, you have the thermal clothes. There's just so many things you have to do. It's so funny because I wonder, oh, of course, yeah, you need snow boots and the socks as well. But it's really funny because I'm wondering if you feel as in, I don't know, you're sort of a Santa Claus figure. Well, not the Santa Claus exists, but as a costume, you put on a Santa costume and you feel you have to be very padded. So you feel a little bit, sort of cumbersome to sort of move around. I feel if you have to wear a lot of layers, maybe you feel like this. As in, I can't move around properly because I have so many layers in me. And obviously it's not as if, it's not, to the eye, you're not seeing anything. But I think, I wonder if you feel it. As in, oh my god, I feel like I'm wearing so many clothes and I can't actually walk properly. But obviously people are looking at you and they're just like, you look normal. It's not as if you're looking at an, oh my god, did you have some padding, some sort of padding? No, but I feel like it. I can walk around. You're walking like a penguin. Which again, probably not the case. I think those clothes are designed to not make it seem like that. But I'm wondering if that's just sort of the sensation. Oh my god, she's not gonna wear gloves. Yeah, I'm thinking about the gloves. You're gonna wear gloves? Yeah, of course they're gonna wear gloves. I'm curious because yeah, it's knitted. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's wearing 2 of them. Exactly. I was about to say, I'm surprised she has knitted gloves because I think in this cold you need the leather gloves because otherwise the cold's gonna seep through. And if you grab something, it's gonna be wet and your hand's gonna be cold and wet and it's gonna be a disaster. So yeah, you have to wear 2 pair of, you have your mittens and your leather gloves, which yeah, I guess, you have to do that. But it's so funny how she also wears a scarf. I think I would not wear the scarf. I think this is not doing anything. I'm just wearing a turtleneck and probably, I don't know, some sort of ear warmer or probably the hat. But it's funny that she wears the scarf because to me, I think, is the scarf actually going to do something? Well, yeah, probably it's going to protect you from the wind, but I don't know. I don't think there's a scarf strong enough to actually protect you from this amount of cold. I can't even imagine when the wind starts to hit. It's gonna be just, oh my god. You're breathing, it kind of hurts to breathe because the air is so cold that it sort of burns your throat and your lungs. I'm imagining it's this amount of cold, and this is the kind of cold we're dealing with, which is not comfortable at all. Yeah, I love that she goes in the little, is that a sleddy? A sled? Yeah, I think it's a sled, right? Oh, it was for the purpose of creating the road. The road's covered. I thought she was just doing it because she wanted to be outside. I'm dumb, basically. Oh, is that ice? Or is that, a tree? Oh my god, that's gorgeous. Oh my god, this is so pretty. I'm wondering if that's the only, they need to have some sort of warmer in this house, right? Not just this furnace situation. Fireplace? No, I think it's a furnace, right? It's not a fireplace. But I'm wondering if they don't have, no, I did saw a heater. Yeah, they both, yeah. You have a heater and you have this as well. I'm wondering what's up with the wood. Do you have to cut the wood and the logs? Can you buy them pre-made? Can you buy them? No idea. But as if you're buying, I don't know, coal. You can buy coal, right? I'm wondering if you can also buy the logs. They come in a bag, or you have to cut them yourself. No, you actually have to do the work, which is a lot of work. Cutting those things is not easy, and let's of all in the cold. That's probably what you prepare during the spring, right? And during the summer. This is so nice, yeah. The only thing she's missing, I think, it's, you need a hot chocolate, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. You need a warm beverage, and it's perfect. Perfect, sort of a perfect night. A cold night, love it. To spend indoors, of course, not outside. But I love it. You have a book, you have, the fireplace is going, you have the fire, well, not the fireplace, the fire going. I'm surprised she's actually not wearing, she just has her little socks, but I'm surprised she doesn't have I don't know, a more, she's only on her sweater, which I think is crazy. I can't believe she's not wearing, she's not using a blanket. This house must be really warm. Well, it's probably maintained and, I don't know, built to withstand those temperatures, but I'm surprised that you're so comfortable without not a lot of clothes. The problem is when you go outside. Yeah, I love this video. I think this is making me, again, I just mentioned, again, it's not, I don't know how nice it would be and how, because it's not about nice, right? That's not really the problem. I think it just looks, it's very beautiful, to look at from a screen. I think it's gorgeous. It makes me want to, because it seriously gives me, I think I'm feeling the urge to, I want to go there. Can I live there? Can I move there? I mean, realistically, I know probably not. I think you need to have a very specific kind of personality, a very specific lifestyle in order for this to work for you. I think long term. I don't know if this person lives there 12 months out of the year, or maybe, I spend a few months there, and then, a few months out of the year I spend, in the city or in a warmer place. I think there's just two things that I think would be the more, and I imagine that I'm not alone in this. It's just two things that make it, because again, the place is gorgeous. It's not about, it looks bad. No, the place is beautiful. The house is gorgeous. The woods look beautiful. I love that. However, there's two things that I don't know. I'm questioning this, and I think probably everyone that watches this is gonna be wondering as well. Okay, first of all, the cold. I think that's one thing, because one thing is if you're able, or maybe you're used to dealing with low temperatures, as in, winters are never easy, I'm used to the cold. However, one thing is, normal kind of cold, as in even minus, I don't know, probably 5 Celsius, around, I don't know, anything between 5 and let's say -5, -10, which I think already -10, it's a lot. But let's say around, well, depends on the place as well. Because that's the other thing. I think when it comes to temperatures, I think not all temperatures are created equal. I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's a thing about, the latitude or the wind, the how humid it is. I have no idea. But if you ever ran around in certain places, in different locations, different countries, different cities, and you look at, it's whatever, is, I don't know, -20 degrees Fahrenheit. And they're not created equal. I just put the extremist example in the world, but whatever. Let's say you're 32 Celsius. 32 Celsius, it's not the same, I think, in one location, and it's not necessarily going to feel, as 32 degrees everywhere else in the world. Again, I think it just depends on a lot of factors, and I think that's why some colds are, and it goes for when it's really hot as well, and it goes when it's really cold as well. So I don't know how cold, as in, again, and one thing is, how it feels like, whatever. But it's not about that. I have no idea, because I don't know, there's gotta be a science behind this. But I think sometimes, even when the science tells you something, I don't know, it's just, I don't believe it. I guess it's just because you have to experience it to actually feel it. Sometimes, 15 degrees, when it's really humid, I think even, 13, 12 degrees Celsius can feel as in you're around 7 or even 6. Again, I don't know the logistics, but sometimes it happens. And sometimes, 13 degrees Celsius, it feels normal. It feels, I can just walk around in shorts. So it's really a thing about it. It depends on the cold, and not all colds are created equal. Obviously, not all weathers. But I want to know what kind of cold this -32 degrees Celsius actually is. Is it that kind of cold, as in, it seeps through your bones? Because there's a cold that I can't explain it. I think maybe it has to do with how humid it is. That it really does. I think I can't explain it, but you feel as you feel wet. Even though you're not, you're inside and you're not wet. It feels as if everything's wet. You feel wet. The cold, the clothes are wet. Your own body feels kind of wet, which is crazy. But again, it's sort of a cold that seeps through your bones. And again, even though you're wearing warm things, unless you're literally by the fire, it's really, again, you can't really. It's a really weird feeling, but it's something that you can't really shake, isn't, that coldness of, it feels like, feel it really, really deep. I can't explain it. It feels like a wet, cold, kind of cold. And there are other types of cold, but maybe it's just, it's minus whatever. But it's not really, I don't know why it doesn't feel that way. Maybe it's because, I don't know, houses are built different. In colder places, they're very, they're built to maintain, warmness, and, they're insulated a little bit better. Or again, maybe it's just the wind. I think maybe the wind also has a lot to do with it. And maybe in drier climates, it's really cold, but you're not. It's not as if I'm not gonna work. You're not gonna be in a tank top. Then it's fine. It's a bearable kind of cold, and it doesn't feel as if it seeps through your body and your bones. So I was very interested to know what kind of cold we're dealing with here, because again, to make your decision of whether or not can I live there. And the second hurdle that I was thinking, and I know a lot of people will probably are going to be thinking this as well, is okay, once we dealt with the cold, it's how lonely it can be, because it's living alone, and the place, I think, oh, a lot of people live alone, it's fine. But no, you're alone, but I think you're imagining, or at least when I imagine someone that lives alone, you're imagining, well, but you have neighbors. You're either, in an apartment complex, or, you live in a house, but you have neighbors. And not necessarily as in I have a great relationship with my neighbors, and I talk with them every single day. Not necessarily, because that's not usually, or sometimes it's not really the case. But I think it's just about the human interaction, as in, I don't know, sometimes you live, because again, I'm thinking of the concept you're living alone, because I know sometimes it's not, why would I wanna, and I know some countries and some cultures are a little bit of, why would I want to say hi to, a stranger? And maybe I don't really feel the need that the neighbor is not my friend, which is totally valid. But I'm thinking, yeah, but you still get your social interaction. If you live with someone, you're interacting with them. So it's a little, and if you're working, and of course this also goes, because maybe I don't know what she does for a living, but obviously I'm also assuming she works from home. Otherwise, and because the place is so isolated that I wouldn't know where she works. Is work from home situation? Or because again, I'm having trouble sort of imagining how the social scene looks like, because oh my gosh, doesn't it get lonely? And sometimes I know that some people, social batteries are different depending on the person. Sometimes some people do not need that much of an interaction. They're not that social and extroverts, and they can be really fine just living on their own and they live a very quiet life with just their own sort of with my own mind. Which it's lovely, it's great, but I think sometimes some social interaction, I think it's needed sometimes. So I'm wondering how that aspect of her life looks like. Does she have to go? Maybe she has to work at an office a couple of times a week, and maybe that's where she interacts with co-workers. She meets with friends as well, maybe a few times a week. Although it's really hard for me to grasp. I don't really know where this is located, but I think it just looks so isolated from everything else that I think I'm having trouble grasping the sort of, I don't know, where are you located, and how far are you from the nearest town, the nearest bar, the nearest, I don't know, whatever, cinema. If you want to meet with friends, how far do you have to, well, not walk, you need a car, right? See, I'm starting to think about so many things that I can't imagine owning a car in a place like this, because everything looks so magical and so, I don't know, stuck in time in a way, and so old-timey, which obviously I know that obviously it isn't, that everything looks so frozen in time, and just in this weather, it looks so beautiful that I can't imagine owning a car, because I think, it would ruin it. It would ruin the experience, because everything looks gorgeous. But obviously I know that I'm thinking about this as in looking at it through a screen, or probably you're thinking about a vacation, but now when you have to think about the logistics of you living here, of course, you probably need a car. I don't know or maybe there's public transport. I don't know. It's Finland, so who knows? But yeah, I want to know how her life looks like outside of this place, because I don't know. It just makes me very curious to know how isolated this place is. And again, does she need a blue light? Does she, I don't know, how does she deal with the social interaction of it all? Because I think it's very interesting. And again, I think you need to have a very particular type of personality, and a particular type of brain for this situation to work for you, because I don't know if it's going to work for everyone. Obviously it works for her, and I love it. It's incredible. But I'm wondering if people are going to be, I think this could work for me. I want to try it. Maybe try for a few weeks or maybe a few months before, selling all your belongings and moving to Finland. Because again, I think that could be the impulse. I know I saw it. I was like, oh my God, I want to move there. But yeah, I know that you have to think about realistically. Maybe you have to do a test run to see if this could work for you, because it looks like a harsh life, even though it looks quite, I don't know, romantic in a way and quite peaceful. Sometimes peaceful is not for everyone. And again, it's also at the same time, even though it looks very peaceful, it's harsh. I think it's a harsh kind of weather, so you need to consider a lot of things. But yeah, I love this video. And that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.